Everybody, my name is Keisha Stuckey, and I am your host for Community Connections. Today we have a fabulous guest, Deborah Cain. She is the president of the Martin Luther King Scholarship Fund. So welcome, Deborah, to the show. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me, Keisha.
So I just want you to tell our audience a little bit about what is the Martin Luther King Scholarship Fund Committee all about?
Well, the Martin Luther King Scholarship Committee was established to give scholarships to students within the Middlesex County area.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yes.
All right, now, how long have you been a part of this organization?
I can say probably about 6 years. I came after I left college, or after I graduated from college. I came back to Middletown, and I thought that I would give back to the community by giving back to the scholarship fund.
Okay. Now, how did you benefit from receiving the scholarship, and is that what kind of inspired you to help out with this?
Yes, I was actually a recipient.
Okay.
And, I could just say that, college is tough. Books are, $100 to $150. And it was absolutely fabulous when I received the check from the Martin Luther King Scholarship Committee. So it actually really helped. So I just thought, hey, I want to go back to Middletown and I want to give back to the community.
Oh, that's awesome. I bet that was a big help to your parents, because it's really hard putting your kids through school, especially with times like these.
Yes, because you have tuition and you have room and board. And, by the time it comes for books, you're almost out of money. So it's definitely has helped me tremendously. So I know that it helps the other students out there.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, what do you guys do throughout the year to raise money for the scholarship fund? What kind of events or programs do you have?
Well, right now we just have one main event, and that is our annual Martin Luther King Scholarship Celebration. And that's usually on the Monday when Martin Luther King's birthday is observed.
Okay.
And that's the day we have our march, and people come to our program and participate. So that's our main fundraiser. Okay.
Now, what kind of things do you have going on at this program that helps you guys raise money?
Well, what we try to do is, before the program, we try to reach out to people within the community, like businesses in Middletown and the surrounding areas. We ask them for donations. And during the program, we also ask for donations. So that's how we raise our funds, and it helps. Definitely does.
All right. Now, how is this rewarding for you? Like, what makes it worthwhile for you to do this?
Well, just being a student myself, I know the importance of receiving scholarship funding. But what I like the most is, seeing the parents of the recipients when they receive the scholarship. We have an award ceremony every year in the mayor's office.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the parents come and, they're just elated, and, they're just like, any bit helps, anything that you can give our child to help them continue their education, buy books. We are just so grateful for it. And to me, I just get joy from seeing that.
So it's like the smile on the parents' face when they're like proud of their kid, and you're giving them the award, and they have the mayor there. I'm pretty sure everybody's there with their cameras, like, oh, that's my daughter. That's awesome. That's
the mayor also speaks a little bit, and he gives encouraging words to the students, like, when you graduate, come back to Middletown, and get back to the community, and when you go, don't forget about us here. And I think that's so important, because sometimes it's easy to get your degree and not look back, but to come back and give to the community is what we want from the students.
And that is excellent, because you see so many students that leave Connecticut and go away to school, and like, we never see you again. Where are you guys? Come back to Middletown.
Come back, we need you.
Right, that would be great. Okay, so that's awesome. So I'm pretty sure over the past, like over 6 years, you've cultivated a lot of friendships and connections. What are some connections or friendships that you've made that kind of stood out over the years?
Well, just doing this program has allowed me to meet so many people. I'm dealing with a lot of the ministers and pastors throughout Middletown. And, some people, I may not even know their names, or I may have forgotten, but, they come every year and you see their faces, and, they come and say, thank you, this was a great program, I enjoyed it. So those are the people that I meet, and just the people that come up to me and say, you know what, I enjoy the program, can I help next year? What can I do? Can I cook? Can I participate? I know someone who can help, so those are the type of relationships that I've developed during this whole ordeal with the scholarship program.
Oh, that's awesome. And it just brings unity, I think, too.
Yes.
It brings unity to like the scholarship committee and the people in Middletown area. And I've been to every program and I've enjoyed myself every time. And every year they get a really good picture of you on the front page of the paper. You look fabulous this year, by the way. Was that your Mary J look? You must have a portfolio by now.
I do cherish those pictures. I love it. It's for the community.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm here.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, what is your vision really for the Martin Luther King program when you have it? What's your overall vision of how you want the program to go, and with the effectiveness of everything?
Okay. Well, usually, I want it to be timely because a lot of people take their lunch breaks, and they come to the program.
Okay.
So I try to do a lot, but in a little bit of time. And so the whole focus of the program is Dr. King. However, it's for the youth as well. So I like to incorporate the youth into the program. So I reach out to some of the students in high school, and as well as, the churches, the community. So I want the youth in. I want them to participate because I want them to come and actually be able to see their friends and perform, and also so it's not too stuffy. They don't get bored, and they actually come and they enjoy themselves, and that's most important to me.
Oh, that's awesome. I think it is you see a lot of parents and their children because, they have the day off, so it's like family day. And I really am impressed with Oddfellows. They've been coming every year and supporting you guys, and the kids come and they're...
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Well, Oddfellows actually creates a class just for the MLK scholarship program.
Wow.
Yes. So they have several months that they tie together everything. Some come and they write poems, some do an interpretive dance, and we also have students that, read or write letters to Dr. King. So, kudos to Oddfellows because every year they come through and they never cease to amaze me. It's always an excellent program.
That's awesome. Now, what comes to mind when I think about the Martin Luther King, just his whole legacy, is that he's been gone for so long, but he had a dream, and that dream is coming to pass even, with him being gone. So I think it's just excellent because you're fulfilling that dream, and then, probably somebody else will step up at one time and continue it. So I just think it's awesome, and I'm very proud of you for what you're doing, and I think you're doing a great job, Deborah.
Thanks.
So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with Deborah Cain from the Martin Luther King Scholarship Fund. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Connections. I am your host, Keisha Stuckey. Today we are meeting with Deborah Cain. She is the president of the Martin Luther King Scholarship Fund. So thanks again, Deborah, for being with us. So I wanted to ask you, how do you get all these great artists and performers to come together every year for this January Martin Luther King event that you have?
Great question, Keisha. Actually, a lot of our participants come word of mouth,
Okay.
or just by being in services or other church programs, and we see praise dancers that we like, or if we see a choir, we'll say, "Oh, we have to get that choir." I mean, I remember going to church like 2-3 years ago, and I saw this choir, and at the end, I hunted them down, and I said,
hunted them down?
"I have to have you for my MLK program," and this was way in like August.
Oh, wow.
And I said, I need to book you guys now. You guys are excellent. So, I kept in touch with them. In January, they were there for the program.
Wow.
So, I have a committee. And, I just tell my committee members, look, I need you on the prowl for the year. If you see any choirs that you like, any singers, praise dancers, get their number, hunt them down. Okay. And a lot of times people actually come to me and say, I know this group, or may I suggest something? So
okay.
It's pretty awesome.
So you're like buzzing around all year pretty much in preparation. Wow, that's a lot of work. I don't know how you do it, girl. Now, if anybody wanted to donate, or if anybody wanted to be a part of the program, what would they need to do to get in contact with you?
Well, it's very easy. If you see me in the street and you want to volunteer, please do, by all means. Or definitely contact us at our website, which is mlkscholarship@yahoo.com.
Okay.
Just shoot me an email, let me know that you want to volunteer. Okay. And we have a need for everyone. We have people that can participate on hospitality portion, program committee, communications. I mean, it's 5 of us on the program and on the program committee. However, we just spread it out. So wherever someone has a talent, we definitely like to use them in that area.
It's a good way for people in the community to showcase their gifts. I really enjoyed the Shiloh Baptist Church praise team when they came this year.
That's my church.
Is that your church?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes, they were fabulous. The energy that they left in the room was just awesome. And the song that they sang, I was like humming it in my head all day. It was very uplifting, very powerful. Now, speaking of church representation, are you finding that you get a lot of support from the churches in Middletown? Because I know you have, do you have it at a different church every year, right?
Yes, what we generally try to do is use the churches downtown, because we do march to the churches. We have a march prior to the program, and we try to use the churches within walking distance. So we try to rotate, but all of the ministers and all of the churches are so helpful. They're like, yes, we want to help this year. When we get there, they help us out, and, they let us know where the microphones are. And, they let us practice a couple of days before the program. So everyone has helped us tremendously with open arms just to do the program. So that's what makes everything move so smoothly, because everyone is on one accord. Everyone wants to help. So I just say kudos to everyone in Middletown that's put forth an effort to help us with our program.
That is so awesome that you have that backing and that support, because generally every year when I go, I always see a lot of the same ministers and the same support from churches every year, whether or not it's sponsored at their church or not. Their presence is still there, and that's good that you have that support, and that there's more. It brings more unity into the town and stuff like that. Definitely. So that is just excellent. Now, what are your plans for next year? Do you have any, you guys working on it already? And
okay, I just want to show you, this is our program booklet from last year. And we want to kind of do the same thing. I mean, last year We had students to write letters to Dr. King, which was excellent. McDonough and Billfield, kudos. They sent their students to participate. They wrote letters. We went through them. They were all fabulous, and it was so hard to choose, who we wanted to read for the program. But time was limited, so we could only pick 6 participants. But so we may go with that. If someone was to do a skit, we're always opening to new ideas. So I think we'll pretty much follow the same format, but if someone comes with something new, we're definitely aboard.
Oh, okay, so you guys are open to suggestions and
Definitely.
different ideas.
Yes.
And do you get pretty good support, like with people making donations, like on your website and stuff like that?
There's a couple of ways that people can make donations. If you would like to make a donation, please feel free to send a donation to P.O. Box 282, and that's Middletown, Connecticut. And you can make that out to the MLK Scholarship Committee of Greater Middletown. Also, people contact us through the website.
Okay.
Excuse me, not the website, through our email address.
Okay.
And let us know that they want to make it, and if they don't know the address, they'll just ask for the address and they'll send it that way. Okay. But a lot of people, majority of our scholarships also come through ads as well.
Oh wow.
We send out letters to all the businesses in Connecticut.
Okay.
And their ads are placed in our booklet every year. So
nice.
We had this one is from Wesleyan University.
Okay.
We had one for Jerkfish, who also did our food this year.
Okay.
And definitely, we had support from First and Last Tavern, who every year says, just let us know what you want. We want to help you out. So
Okay.
everyone's been an excellent help.
Oh, that's awesome. And you guys also have very excellent speakers when you have your program, like the keynote speaker. Now, when you're considering a keynote speaker every year, what style do you usually want them to come with, or what qualifications would you want them to have for anyone out there that might be interested in being a keynote speaker?
Well, a lot of times our keynote speakers are advised by people within the community.
Okay.
People come to me and say, for your program, you should consider this person. This year, our speaker was Dr. Man Young from Wesleyan University, and she was highly recommended by, a friend of mine as well.
Okay.
And she was excellent. She's an educator. The year before, we had Dr. Hyslop, and he's a minister who was also the first black mayor of New London.
Wow.
So he was excellent, and he's a minister. So, every year we try to have someone different to have a different set of an atmosphere for our program. So, we don't want you to come every year and say, this is like last year. We want to try to add something different every year. And I mean, even before I left the program this year, I was also given a recommendation for a speaker who was at the program.
Oh, really?
So I may have already had the speaker for next year as well.
Okay, now is that a surprise?
Yes, we keep it a surprise now.
Is it me? Just joking.
We may have you do a solo.
That is it. Well, we're just going to take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back with Deborah Cain, who is the president of the Martin Luther King Scholarship Program. Again, my name is Keisha Stuckey, and I'm your host for Community Connections. Please stay tuned. Hello, everybody. My name is Keisha Stuckey. I am your host for Community Connections. Welcome back to the show. We are here with our guest, Deborah Cain. She is the president of the Martin Luther King Scholarship Committee. So, Deborah, I just wanted to talk about some of your volunteers that help you out with this beautiful program that you have every year to raise funds for the Martin Luther King Scholarship Fund.
Okay, we have a couple of dedicated women.
Wow.
Judy Umfroy, Jeanette Faulkner, Yolanda Hart, Danielle, Ty, Keisha Tigner, Miss Greg, let's see here, I hope I'm not, CC Woods.
Okay.
And also, every year, Celeste Farine always comes and help us with the hospitality and the food. So she's excellent. Everyone on the squad is, the couple of days beforehand, I'm just like, and they're like, we got it. We've been through this before. And I'm like, I just want it, I just want it perfect. And I know you can't have it perfect.
Right.
Something's bound to go wrong. But, it just leaves such an impression on the city. I just want to make sure that, everything's good. So, definitely. And my brother, Dwayne Cain, he helps out too.
Don't forget your mom.
My mom is always there as well.
Yes.
So I don't want to forget anyone. But this year, even Kawana helped this year. And
Kawana of Styles by Q?
yes, Styles by
Okay,
Q, Kawana. So, like I said, if anyone wants to volunteer, I'm actually looking at getting in contact with some of our major corporations.
Okay.
So anyone who specializes in grant writing, I'm definitely looking for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And just if you could just tell our viewers one more time the website or the email that they would be able to get in contact if they wanted to volunteer or help out to support.
Yeah, it's MLK Scholarship at yahoo.com. Again, that's MLK Scholarship at yahoo.com. We need your support. We need your help for the community. Anything that you can do, we are elated just to have you. Thank you.
That's awesome. Now, you guys always have great food after the program. How do you get all this great food to feed like the hundreds of people that show up to support?
Well, it's a couple of months progress. I mean, we start, pretty much in September, just reaching out to some of the restaurants in Middletown. And, we asked them to donate. And, as I said before, Amici's First and Last, Fiore's, all of these restaurants have given and just said, anything we could do to help, let us know. We also have donations from Wesleyan University, and this year, Jerkfish catered our event. So, it's kind of hard because you don't know how many people are going to be there. But you want to make sure everyone, gets something. And also, McDonald always donates the fruit juice. So, we reach out to all of the restaurants in Middletown. And, even in the state of the economy, these restaurants still pour out their hearts to help. So, we're so grateful for that.
Wow, that is so excellent that you have that great support with the food. I know I definitely enjoyed it. The jerkfish, some Jamaican food that really came in handy. That's excellent. So it sounds like you guys have a lot of support. It sounds like you're really blessed. You're giving back to the community. We're gonna take another quick commercial. We'll hold off on the commercial for a minute. We'll hold off on the commercial break. Okay. But if you could just go into also too, like what you are planning on doing like for years to come. But really what I wanted to ask you too, why is it that you have the program in a church every year? Why is it that you have the program yearly in a church? What's your motivation for that?
Well, the thing is, Dr. King was a minister, so we would like to keep the spiritual aspect of it. Plus, I think that was just the origin of the whole scholarship celebration, so we wanted to keep it there into the church because it is a worship, it is a celebration. Plus, I think the church is about the biggest place that we can hold all of the people for the city of Middletown. So it's just definitely a safe place to have everyone come together in Middletown.
And he was also an educator.
Oh, definitely.
As well. So is that usually why you also want to have the person that hosts be like kind of like minister or a educator or both? Because of that was like what his thing was all about?
Well, I try to mix it up. Like one year I may have a minister. One year we had Bill Foster. He's an educator at Wesleyan University. Dr. Mannion, she's the vice president of diversity at Wesleyan. And then we had a minister. So I think we just like for the flavor, we want to, mix it up
a little bit. Make it interesting.
Yeah, I mean, one year we want the hallelujah
Yeah.
speaker, and then one year we want somebody to come in and enlighten everyone. So we want to make it different. Like I said, we don't want to make it where, every year it's predictable what we're going to have. We want to do something different.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Now, if you could just tell me really quickly before we go, what have you learned from all of this? How have you grown from this experience? Because it's a lot of responsibility.
I've learned how to multitask. I've learned how to work with different people, younger people, older people. I had to learn how to hold all of my thoughts and work with different people. So, I think it's helped me to grow, to just be a better person and more vivid person.
Okay, thank you. That's awesome. Well, congratulations on all your efforts and how they've been successful over the years.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you so much for joining us on Community Connections. I am Keisha Stuckey, and our guest today was Deborah Cain of the MLK Scholarship Fund. Stay tuned for next time for Community Connections.